First thing we're going to start off with is a bow and arrow, or the arrow lines. So we're going to start off with just kind of a long and diagonal-ish up line. So we're just going to draw a line like this, like that. Now she has 3 arrows, so we're going to draw 3 lines. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Now we draw the arrows first because actually that's going to be, the arrows are in front of her body, so if we don't want to have to erase anything, that is the easiest way to start. So this line, actually the middle one, I'm going to do a little bit longer because we're going to have that one sticking out the furthest. So to finish off, we're going to draw an arrowhead. So we just draw a little rectangular shape like that, and then we draw a line up, a line down, and then we make a pointed arrow like that. We'll do the same thing on the bottom here. There's a little arrow. You want to see the bottom part of this one, so it goes like that. So you just kind of trace the same thing outside and then do a little tip poking through from the back. This one we'll draw a little, again, a little arrowhead area. And actually we're going to finish this line up right up to this arrow so it has a definite shaft ending. So yours might be a little bit different, don't worry if it is. Next up we're going to draw a line up, draw a line down, and the same thing, put a little tip there. Now this arrow we need to have the top of it done, so we're going to draw another line that comes down, and it gets smaller as it gets back here. So we'll start back here really small and then diagonal make it come out. There we go, we got 3 arrows now, just like that. Now that we have the arrows done, we're going to draw a hand that's holding the bow and arrow back down here. So it's actually holding the string for the bow. So we're going to draw a little kind of a C shape like that, a backwards C shape. And then we're going to draw, this is going to be her glove, so we draw a line back, we'll draw a line down, and this one will swoop up a little bit, just a bit. And we can draw a little bit of a line just to define the hand area. Now if you guys find I'm going too fast, you can always hit pause, and I do recommend that you watch the entire video first before even attempting to draw it, because then you'll kind of have a better idea of what's going to happen and what's going on. So next up we're going to draw her shoulder. Her shoulder is going to be over here, and it is just a poofy thing. It's poof. It's a poofy piece of fabric. So we just draw a circle, like so, that just touches the glove, and then we're going to draw her elbow. So her elbow comes down and goes over like that. And then we just need one more line right here, just to make the bend of the elbow. There we go. So we've got her elbow, her hand, and her shoulder. So that's good. Next up, we're going to draw the top part of her armor. So there's a little bit here, and that reminds me, now that we've gotten close to the arrows, is we need to finish off the arrows with like the fins. So we draw 2 diagonal back lines like this, and then we draw 1 across to connect them. And that is some of the, like the feathers of the arrow. And then we do the same thing down here, but this one's going to be covered a little bit by the glove, so we'll just do 1 here and back. Now technically each one of these arrows might have one, so maybe even this middle one here, we could draw 1 down here, like that. So there's a cluster of arrows there, some of them you won't see. We'll just draw the back of the arrows, finish them off like that. Tiny little details, no big deals. Alright, next up, we're going to draw the front part of her armor. And it's going to start right at these arrows, and it's going to swing, sort of sweep down. This will be part of her armor and her skirt. So it'll come out like this, swing down, and swing back out. On the other side here, just below her shoulder, her armor will come down and do about the same thing. So it'll come in a little bit, and then out a little bit. Just like that. Now we need to finish off the bottom of the skirt, and we'll just do a sort of a curved shape down. Simple like that. Next up, we're going to draw her legs. So we're just going to draw 2 lines down, 1 line, 2 line. That's the beginning of her legs and actually part of her boots. So then we're going to draw a line that curves a little bit, not much, and goes this way. And this one is going to be shorter. Same thing, but shorter. This way, but not quite as long as this one. Now we're going to do a little bit of a hump up like that. And then that's her toe. And this one's kind of pointing towards us. And then this one's kind of pointing towards away, like towards where the arrows are going. So it's a little bit longer. So we do that one like that. Cool. Next up, we draw a line up like this. And we draw a line over like that. And that's the top of her boot. Same thing over here. Boop, boop. There you go. Now we just got to finish off her legs. And there you go. That's her legs done. The next thing we need to work on is her shoulder on this side. So we'll draw a curved line that goes up and it hits right into those arrows, and behind it will continue, but that's all we get to see from this angle. Next up, we need to draw her arm a bit. So we'll draw a line parallel underneath these arrows, and it's just going to go a little bit like that, and that's her arm. And then we'll turn it into her glove. So we'll draw a line down, and then it'll swoop up like that. And then her hand, you will see a bit of it peeking out like this. And it's just draw a little kind of squarish circle like that. And from that, you will see the bow and arrow coming out. So it's going to come down like this and swoop out. So it swoops down, and then it swoops out a little bit. And we'll do the same thing up here. Swoops up, in, and then up and out a bit. Just like that. So now to give the arrow some the bow some thickness, we do a little bit. We trace back down and make it wider as it gets down. So then imagine it's going through here, and then bloop, it pops out. Same thing, it gets skinnier as we go down. Like that. Awesome. Now I can actually take this line and move it right up against the bow. Just like that. Next up, we're going to start drawing her head, and we'll start with the outline of her hair. So we'll start with a line out like this, so it comes out from the armor and up. And then it swoops up and takes a swoop in right there. And then over here, it's going to go up, it goes around, and then down, and then it bops right into the arrows right there. Just like that. Now we're going to draw the top part of her hair, like her bangs. So we're going to draw a little jagged line like that. I'm going to draw another jagged line like this. And then this one is going to swoop down and run right into this line here. Excellent. Now we need to draw the shape of her head. So her head's going to start here. It's going to come down, curve, go a little bit behind the arrows, pretend it keeps going, and then draw a line up here. Like that. So there it is. We've got a head. It's a marvelous head. Alright. We're going to draw some more details in a minute. Actually, I'm going to start drawing them right in now. Now I'm going to switch to a fine marker. It's thinner than the other marker I was using, and if you don't have one, don't worry, just keep drawing with what you got. We're going to draw her eyes. So we're going to draw the bottom of her eyes. So one little sad face, like a mouth. No, it's a happy mouth. It's a slightly happy face mouth. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Like that. It looks like she's sleeping, doesn't it? She's going to shoot with her eyes closed. But no, we're going to give her eyes that are open. And then we draw the tops of her eyes, so we'll do them up on more of a sharper angle, or like a bigger arc. Same thing over here. Bigger arc. Like that. And then we do, she's got like fancy eyeliner on or something. So we draw a little extension out, and then it swings back and it meets up with her eyelid here. So we can just draw that all in a little bit thicker, like that. Same thing over here. we want it all a little bit thicker, and in this one, the little wing of the, you can't see it behind the hair, so we just go like that. Now we're going to draw her pupils, so we draw, starting from the top, you draw a circle going down, like that, and same thing over here. So you want the pupil to go up under the top eyelid a little bit, so that's good. Now what I do with eyes is I draw a little circle here and a little circle here. And then you can draw another little circle and another little circle kind of connected to that circle. And that is the glimmer of the eye. And then you color in the rest of the pupil. There we go. Just like that. And if you accidentally color in one of those glimmers, it's no big deal either. Next up, she needs some eyebrows. So she's got eyebrows that come in like this and go in like that. And they're a little bit thicker at the edges here, because she means business. Do you guys like the Archer? I love the Archer. She's a great character. Totally helps clean up all the goblins and the skeletons and all that stuff. Next up, I'm going to draw the little nose. Just draw a little curve shape like that, and a little curve shape like that. There's her nose. And then her mouth is just kind of, you'll be peeking out from behind this arrow, so we're just going to draw kind of a straight line, slightly curved, and then a little bit of a curve at the edge, because she's smirking, because she knows she's gonna do good. Next up, we're going to draw some lines on the arrows, really quick and easy. A bunch, doesn't matter like what number, a bunch of lines just to make the feathers of the arrows look more feathery. So that moves us along to her glove. We can draw 3 fingers, just little lines like that. Same thing up here, glove, 3 fingers, so you can see that she has fingers. And then we're going to move on to the bow and arrow string. So it'll come from back here. It'll be coming out from behind the arrow feathers up to here. So we just go draw a quick line like that, and then a scribble, scribble, scribble. And that's where it's tied to the bow. Same thing down here, right from the bottom of her hand down to here, like that, and then scribble, scribble. And we have another part of the bow done. Next up, we're going to finish her like her sleeves, so her shoulder sleeves. So we draw a curved line like this, and then another curved line like that, and then this side we draw a curved line up, and we draw another little curved line up like that. Cool, doing well. Her armor here needs to be finished off because I have a little space here. You may not, it doesn't matter if you do. If you do, just kind of, I'm just going to fill it in and put a little line down and put a spot for her neck. There's her neck. Next up, we're going to work on her belt. So her belt is just a square, but we're going to draw it not centered, but a little bit forward, but basically centered on this whole body section. So we'll draw the square. There we go. It's a big belt. Alright, so we've got a square section for her belt, and then we just draw another square section inside that for her belt to finish that off. That's the belt buckle. Now we draw the belt, the part of the belt, the actual leather part, and so we draw a line across here, a line across here, and here. And we'll draw 2 adjustable belt holes. So now on the belt, I like to make this one just a little bit thicker on the bottom. Gives it a little bit of dimension. Just like that. And then we're going to finish off her armor up here by drawing a line that comes down, goes behind her hand, pretend it goes behind here, and then it comes out, and then swoops up. And that's her armor shape. We're going to finish up the armor. Plated skirt, so we draw just circles. I'm just going to draw circles, 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 and pretend it goes behind the belt loop, like so. Perfect. And then we'll draw more circles, more circles. So the trick is here. So you do all these circles, and then you do these circles in between each one of these circles. We go to the next row, and I draw, so I could start here, just to make it obvious. So this circle is in between these two circles, and you just keep going. And if you're at the edge, you just draw whatever amount of circle that's left. So down here I'm just going to draw a little half circle, another circle, 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 and like a quarter of a circle, a bit of a circle, a whole circle, a little bit of a circle. There we go. That's her armor. We're going to draw a couple little lines for her, the soles of her boots. Quickly like that. Adds a lot of detail. And the arrows still need a little bit of detail, so we're going to draw a straight line through them. And then this one, so it just kind of gives some definition. So you draw a line here. This one kind of goes behind, so it goes doot doot. And this one kind of goes behind, so it goes doot doot. Just hide it behind like that. Maybe put a little line here and here and here just to give them a little bit more dimension. And now I'm going to put a handle on the bow. I'm going to put a little line here and here and just put some lines in there just to add some cool factor. Alright, she's looking pretty good. Now, we have to do her crown because she's a princess. So we do a line up like this and a line up like this on this side. I've switched back to my thicker marker again. Then we do a line in, straight, straight, and then a pointy line up, just like that. I almost forgot her crown. Now I'm switching back to the fine point one because there's a little line that goes on the inside of the crown, just like that. We can add a couple hairlines just for effect. And I think we might be done. That's how you draw a princess for Clash Royale. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click like, subscribe if this is your first time watching, and keep drawing, have fun. We'll see you in the next video. P.S. I know that I forgot that this was supposed to be a crown and I drew a regular belt instead. You can draw a crown if you like, but I just drew this square one.